Over the last few seasons, the Dallas Mavericks have been doing everything in their power to strengthen the team, get better talent around Luka, and actually fight for a championship. 2 years ago, we went out and traded for Kyrie Irving, a trade that many people said was a D trade, that he's a locker room cancer, that he's going to leave and go play for LeBron in LA the moment that he can. Meanwhile, 2 years later, he's still on the team. He re-signed with the team. It was a huge reason why we even made it to the finals. And over the summer, the team went out and got Klay Thompson, the kid from LA, who grew up a fan of the Lakers. His dad played for and currently works for the Lakers, and he's from the area. He chose Dallas over going home, which shows that Dallas is starting to turn into a real hot spot and a real destination for players who want to play and actually want to win at the highest level. And apparently there was another player who wanted to come and play for Dallas, and that was Giannis Antetokounmpo, who was reportedly looking at Dallas as a possible destination just a few seasons ago. So in this video, we're going to take a look at all the information that we have on this crazy report of Giannis wanting to come to Dallas, what trade would actually have to go through to make that work, and whether or not that would actually work in the favor of the Dallas Mavericks. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, we are currently sitting at 13,216 subscribers. I just want to say thank you to everybody that subscribes to the channel and supports the channel. I got a little goal of mine to hit the 15,000 subs before the end of the year. And if you want to be up to date on everything Mavericks related, if you want to be here for our crazy Friday night live streams where hopefully we'll get another Dallas Maverick on the stream. Last Friday, we did have Daniel Gafford playing Among Us with us. So who knows what will happen next Friday. If you don't want to miss out, make sure you subscribe, and I'd appreciate it greatly. But like I said, the intro, the Dallas Mavericks, the team, the city, the organization is starting to become a hot spot, so to speak, for players that really just want to play at a high level. We saw Kyrie Irving. We did trade for Kyrie, but he chose to stay as he respects Jason Kidd a lot. He also respects and enjoys playing alongside Luka Doncic, and I'm pretty sure Markieff Morris being here is just an added bonus as they are pretty close themselves. And then over the summer, we went out and got Klay Thompson, which I said he chose to come to Dallas because he himself saw himself helping the Dallas Mavericks win. He saw himself within our own system, in our schemes, and he knew he had a better chance of winning a championship with the Dallas Mavericks instead of going home. Klay Thompson really did show that he prefers winning and prefers just fighting it out than just having it easy. Just going home, my dad's there, my family's there, I was a fan of the Lakers, sure, I'll do that. Klay Thompson pretty much said, I still have a lot to prove to everybody. I'm not going to just retire into the last few seasons of my career of just playing at home. I'm going to retire fighting for a championship. And like I said in the intro, it looks like there's another player that looked at the Dallas Mavericks with that same lens. If we take a look here, the Dallas Mavericks will be front runners in 2025 to acquire Giannis Antetokounmpo if the Milwaukee Bucks fall short this year. NBA execs were reportedly terrified Giannis would join Luka Doncic in 2021, but next season the league could face one of the deadliest lineups of this era. So let's break that down, because the first thing that really popped up, or I guess popped in my mind, was Giannis is currently on contract for like the next 3 years. So if anything, this would have to be a trade. He's obviously not able to just walk in free agency until 2027. And the year 2021 is pretty interesting because if we take a look here, the 2020-2021 season, the Bucks won the championship. So that following season, why would you be worried if you just won a championship that Giannis would leave? Obviously, you give him a big contract, you keep him, and you try to compete again. But if we take a look at the following year for the Bucks, they did lose in the second round to the Celtics. So maybe it was after this year, executives were really worried if Giannis would request a trade or want to stay in Milwaukee. But let's take a look at Giannis' stats and see how he looked last season. That's Kyrie Irving. Here's Giannis. If we take a look at Giannis' stats, he averaged 30 points a game, 11.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 1.1 blocks, 1.2 steals, 3.4 turnovers, 2.9 fouls, shooting 61% from the floor, only 27% from three. Doesn't really shoot that many threes. But if you take a look at those numbers, I mean, very much like Luka, those are MVP caliber numbers. Would he be able to replicate that in Dallas with the roster currently constructed? I don't think so. If you magically just take Giannis and put him on our roster, these numbers, I mean, if he were able to keep these numbers up, other players' numbers would go down. Luka's would go down. Kyrie's numbers would go down. Klay Thompson's numbers would go down. So how does this look? Well, first of all, If Giannis was truly thinking about Dallas, I'm all for it. He sees what we all see, that Luka Doncic is just on a whole other level, that he is able to win. But in today's NBA, it takes more than just one player. It takes more than just two players, really, that are very good to win the championship. You really do need an entire team's effort. We saw with the Boston Celtics, it wasn't just Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum. We had Kristaps Porzingis cooking us in game one. You had Jrue Holiday out-rebounding our own centers in multiple games. It takes a whole team's effort to win a championship. And although Giannis did win one just a few seasons ago, they've been having some of their own issues where the last 2 seasons, the Bucks lost in the first round. They lost the first round twice. The first time was to the Miami Heat, who were the 8th seed, who went all the way to the finals, where they did lose to the Denver Nuggets. And then last season, they lost in the first round again to the to the Indiana Pacers. The Milwaukee Bucks lost last season, first round, to the Indiana Pacers. So, okay, let's take a look at this. Let's say Giannis is tired of being a first-round exit. Let's say Giannis wants to actually compete, and he looks at Dallas as a destination. Currently, as constructed, it's not going to be that easy. We've got Klay Thompson, who we just picked up. We have like one more year of Kyrie Irving till we have to re-sign him. Luka Doncic isn't going anywhere. Derrick Lively sure isn't going anywhere. So who is it that has to move if Giannis wants to come to the team? Well, let's take a look here. I was cooking up something in the trade machine, and let me tell you right now, it's impossible. As of right now, it is impossible for us to trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo if we want to keep Luka and if we want to keep Derrick Lively. You throw in Kyrie Irving because, Giannis is making $48 million. So you throw in Kyrie Irving, you'll probably have to throw in PJ Washington. I threw in Najee just as you know, just a little cherry on top because they're going to want more players. Maybe throw in Omax, maybe throw in Jane Hardy. But you're also going to have to give them a bunch of first-round picks, probably every first-round pick that you have. But if Giannis is adamant on joining the Dallas Mavericks, a trade would be very difficult just because of the money, just because we are right before that first apron, and so are the Bucks. So both teams, you would have to include multiple teams for Giannis to even have an opportunity to come to Dallas while still on contract. And you would have to get rid of a lot of players that make a lot of money. Like I said, Kyrie making $41 million, he would probably have to get traded. And if Kyrie is getting traded to the Bucks, they're probably going to trade him somewhere else unless they feel like Kyrie and Dame can play together. But in my opinion, I don't want to see Kyrie gone. I want to see Kyrie retire as a Dallas Maverick. I think he's done great for us so far. Helped Luka take this team to a whole nother level. I don't think we need to just trade him just because we hear Giannis' name in the news. It doesn't make sense to me. And PJ Washington, I'm a big fan of PJ. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be a big fan of Najee Marshall. So I don't want to see anybody get traded. Any of our rotational players get traded. Anybody that's actually getting minutes. I want to see this team actually build cohesiveness, a chemistry, play with each other more than just for a season or two, instead of just going out and trying to grab a star every time that they become available. Otherwise, you turn into the Lakers, where you try doing that and you're still here with nothing. The Dallas Mavericks, they may be a new destination for players. Maybe we're all turned to a hot spot in the league. But Giannis on the Mavericks would do an amazing work. If it was just Giannis and Luka, that's crazy. Giannis would get 30 plus points a game. Luka would probably have 15 plus assists a game. We would look pretty good. And if in the future, where Giannis is available as a free agent, where Klay's retired, Kyrie's probably retired, where we have more cap space, maybe that's closer to a possibility. And if we just take a look right here, I'm all over the place. This right here is Giannis' contract. He is a free agent in 2028, 2029. So we have like 4 years until Giannis can actually just walk in free agency. But also by that point, he'll be 34. Luka will be about 29 years old, almost 30. So, I mean, we did go out and get Klay Thompson, who is 34. So in the next 4 years, I mean, would it really be that bad to get another 34-year-old? Where I'm pretty sure Giannis' game won't deteriorate that much. Who knows? But it's a pretty interesting thing to look at, as some players really do want to play in Dallas. Some players do want to play with Luka Doncic. No matter what the media says that no one wants to play with Luka in Dallas, that's just wrong. We see Klay Thompson here. We see Kyrie Irving here. We see Dwight Powell here. So obviously players want to play in Dallas and they want to play with Luka. And if Giannis wants to come, you may need to come over with the discount. I mean, I don't know if we're going to take your brother. I heard him and the Nassus are very close. So that's another thing that you got to take into account for. If we do get Giannis, we got to pick up his brother too, I guess. And who knows what that's going to look like. But in the next 4 years, it's going to be pretty interesting. And if people are worried that Giannis wants to come to Dallas, sure, be worried. And it's not just because we have Dallas. It's not just because we have Giannis. It's also because we have Luka Doncic. But let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think that we could actually get Giannis? And if we could get Giannis, would it actually look good? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and we could have a conversation about it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for making this far to the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. Consider becoming a channel member. We are doing another giveaway. The winner will be announced the first week of October. But till next time, y'all take care, drink water. Peace.